Of course, over 26 years, you have seen a lot of people come invest, but in the middle, you find their challenges. A good example is during COVID. Many of our customers says, hey, George, I'm not able to really finish this investment. And I remember giving a very nice waiver for them, and we are talking about Optiven cares. So we were able to give them some grace period for about 6 months, and then they came back. And the same case with those who are financed by the bank. I remember Equity Bank gave people 2 years waiver. You just pay what you can. Even as we got 2 years waiver. So we understand that sometimes business is up and down. Of course, there are other people who say, George, I've started paying, but now when I'm 50%, I'm totally unable to finish. The good thing with Optiven is that we have many projects. We say, there you had paid 700 and the price is 1.995. We can take you to a property near there. We can take you to Nakuru, Mishiti Gardens in Nakuru. We can take you to Nanyuki. We are selling them at 399,000, inclusive of title. Roads are done. So we are able to swap. We got the swap strategy, and people love it. There are other people who start maybe with the cheaper ones in Nanyuki, 399. As you pay, because Optiven is a blessing, you are promoted. You say, hey, I want to upgrade to Vipingo. You just top up, and then we swap you to Vipingo or to any other project that we do. So you are safe. We say Optiven is a family, and people who know us, they know it. Thank you.
Dr. is Vipingo Prime. Are there still properties left that people here want to invest and become our neighbors, you and I? Is there still a chance?
Oh yes, that's why we told them that as they come for this dinner, the 10,000 for the dinner is actually a deposit. So they only talk to the Optiven team. Hi. Yeah, they open their phone and book for you with the 10,000. Then you can top up tomorrow or the day after. And then we have the bankers here. We have Cooperative Bank, we have Equity Bank, we have NCBA here. So they are also willing. They came with the money. You just sign up. They have the form. They sign up. And then the next thing we come is another party, another dinner party to give you a title deed.
Amazing. Wapi makofi for that particular arrangement. Wanashuri, it's also a three-phase approach when it comes to investing and that cost of property. You said we have investors at different levels. There's level 1, 2, and 3. Briefly, break that down for us.
So what we did to make it affordable for all our customers is that we have 3 zones: Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. Zone 1 we call it 5-star. It's affordable. Instead of doing cabro, we just do very nice compacted rooms, solar street lighting, clubhouse, swimming pool, perimeter wall. 1.995. And guess what? We give you an air ticket from Nairobi to Mombasa and back, and a tour to the coast, and also some lunch, some breakfast. If you go there, you only pay 200,000. If you go there and you say, hey, George Buana, even after enjoying the flight, I don't like it, we refund you 50,000. 50,000 is that a ticket? You have to cost, and then we say, see you maybe the next project. Good enough. The other day we had a whole plane full of people to Vipingo. There's no single person who said, I don't like the project. However, the same group, there was one who was unable to finish, and they said, hey George, I'm unable to finish. I saw something in Go, take me to Go. We took her to Go. So today you can take a risk. Top up your payment, we will give you a ticket. Next week we go to Vipingo, you don't like it, we refund 150, 50 care of the rest of the things. And that is zone 1. Zone 2, we have a Sonko. Yani, kama Jeff, where Jeff went. Now this one, we have pampered it, massaged it, cabro, solar lights, trees, their own perimeter wall, clubhouse, parks, 2.8 million. We pay for you the title and the air ticket. Those with groups, like Ali here, you have staff. You say, this is Ali Avenue. You can be able to get 50 plots, 30 plots, 20 plots, and they give you a good package. I was talking to these bankers, they're saying, you don't need to have everything. Look for 20%. They pay for you 80%. The good thing is that you don't think about the titles, whether it's fake, whether it is good. If the bank can finance that project, and you know the way they are thorough, so you can easily come, closing your eyes, just say, select for me a plot, a quarter, a half, an acre, an eighth. You just keep paying. The next thing you find will give you options of houses, and engineers here like Joash here. We have Ever Strong from the out of 15. There are others, cash, vehicles, and others. Real estate. And that asset number one is why we are here. That people may talk about virtual real estate. I'm talking about the physical real estate because you cannot live in the air, virtual real estate. We are talking about the physical real estate development. And why real estate? One of the things I've discovered about 26 years is an amazing way that they real estate appreciate. Just the other day, we were buying a plot here at Syokimau at 70,000. The same plot now, because I bought one, is now 8 million. The plots you see in Kibet talking about here, real estate, 1.995. Even before the water dries from your table, because I'll call you again here for this project, you'll be hearing about 10, 15 million. The real thing, the real deal is real estate.
And and people in this room know about they've been conned, for lack of a better word. They've been conned by relatives in America, relatives overseas, right? They send money to Rwaka, for lack of a better place. I don't know why Rwaka, but and then before you know it, it disappears. So what makes Optiven different from the others?
I think one of the things that we do as an organization is what I call honesty. When things are not working out, we say as it is.
Easy.
We say
tunatengeneza mic.
Oh, thank
One more time from the top. What makes Optiven different?
What makes Optiven different is honesty. For this industry to be there for 26 years, the currency is integrity, is honesty. Of course, many times things have gone haywire, and we have said it. In this hall, I'm sure there are people with refunded money when we goof, because goofing is part and parcel of business. So that's why we are here, that your money, whether you are from diaspora, my friends from diaspora, whether you are from diaspora of Kenya, whether you are from the UK, Kisumu, your money is safe. And what we promise, we deliver. I remember last year, there were floods. And one of the big projects that we invested heavily, Aman Ridge, they were flooded. We refunded people, 4 people, we refunded them their money. And that money had the internet, paid taxes, everything. And then we went there and reinvested on a very powerful channel of a kilometer. We invested more money. Why? We take care of our customers. And that's why you find people trust Optiven for the last 26 years. So your money is safe wherever you are in the world, those who are watching us. Your money is safe with Optiven.
Let me just tell you real quick. I met a couple of people who Dr. Washiri was talking about diaspora, right? Someone came in all the way from Oklahoma City. Where are you? Oklahoma? Okwabi? Come on, stand up, man. Stand up. Give him my coffee. Oklahoma City. And then there was a lady from Arizona. Where are you, Arizona? Arizona? Look at that. Look at that. And when Atlanta, there was someone from the ATL. There you go, ATL right in the back. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up.
Where do we go wrong? JC, Moses, where do we go wrong when it comes to investing? Okay? Not only for people who live in the diaspora, who send remittances back into the country, but even those local entrepreneurs and citizens who work hard to earn their money. But then again, when you put your money in a disappear, where do we go wrong? What mistakes do we make as individuals or businesses or entrepreneurs who want to invest in real estate?
The most obvious one is lack of due diligence. Lack of due diligence on the partner you're going to work with, who is going to sell for you the property. Lack of due diligence independently on that property. As Equity Bank, we've worked with Optiven on 47 projects over the last 26 years. We've gotten to understand each other. And as Dr. has said, when things go wrong, we immediately get to the table and talk. What has Optiven done well? With all that learning, their due diligence is one of the best around the real estate companies that we work with. And that's why even as a bank, we are quite confident to partner with them. If you don't do your due diligence right, that's the first step of things going wrong. Second step, transparency. As Dr. has said, and we are all in Kenya, land is one of the areas you can easily be conned on. So even him, as he says, there'll be instances where things don't go right, but how then do you communicate, resolve, reach out? Those two are quite fundamental in doing business, in owning property.
Yeah, thank you, Moses. I'll open on two things, and one of them, when we were seated here, I remember many of us were asked in 1999, where were we? And I was having a chat with Charles here, and I think there's one big risk of trying to get rich quickly, and I think it's the hard mentality, where you hear people are going to Pipingo, and you all want to go to Pipingo. However, when you work with a trusted partner, and I'm going to use Daktari for instance, he tells you, you do not have to go to the prime position first. Start off at the 1.8. So basically that is liquidity management. We are faced in an era where many of us want to get rich quickly and we end up picking the wrong assets. And I'm sure you've seen many of our young guys lose money in betting and the like. Now today, real estate contributes between 8.6 and 11% of Kenya's GDP. So ideally then, the question we are asking ourselves is, how can we make sure that even as you try to get yourself into a wealthy position, how do you snowball with your 1.8? How do you take your first loan like Daktari did, as opposed to trying to look for money elsewhere? How do you make sure that you manage your liquidity in a way that even when you make a deposit, you should be able to honor the subsequent payments? The other thing that goes wrong, and particularly in people who have possibly made a bit of money, is concentration risk, where you want to put all your eggs in one basket. You'll find a typical wealthy customer putting all their money in Kenya shilling, or putting all their money in dollar, putting all their money in a bank deposit. But whilst anything could happen in any market, and there are very many market risks, what happens to the preservation of your net worth, to the preservation of your value? And that's why working with a partner that understands that as real estate grows and the potential for appreciation, then you need to diversify your asset class.
And Nancy, from where you sit, fintech, how does that pan out?
I think you just asked me a random question, Jeff.
It's not random, it's like
So that
right in the middle of it all.
absolutely. So what is financial technology really? It's using technology to enable access to financial services. But before we even enabling access financial services using technology, one of the biggest problems we have is illiteracy around financial products. So I'll give you a personal example. So I started working at 18 going on to 19, in 1993. And I worked for technology companies and I had access to, I'd say, a fairly good income. And through rose to various levels. But when I got appointed Multichoice Kenya Managing Director, for the first time, banks came to my desk at a personal level, offering me products that would help my children when they got to university. My firstborn daughter was already in university, and my second-born son was getting ready to go to uni. Those products did not make any sense to me at that point in time. And all of a sudden I realized how illiterate I was around financial products, despite the fact that I was actually running the top BTB brand on the continent. So I sat back together with various people, and we tried to understand why is it that when we buy insurance, you don't even trust the person who is selling to you insurance. You will trust your cousin, and your cousin will possibly lose you. If you're in Oklahoma, you will not even trust the person that's selling to you to call your brother and possibly buy what your brother has asked you, has led you to. If you're somewhere in Kericho and someone tells you, by the way, Mansa X is it, and then you believe, I have to go with Mansa X because you trust them because they are your cousin. So one of the issues that we have around any investment is extremely low trust issues. You don't trust because you don't have information. And when you get the information, you perish because you're being fed inaccurate information. So one of the things that we try to do is to enable you to be able to make that decision, to empower you. So if you go to our site, for instance, you'll get to see that we not only rank the top, paying, let's say, money market products, but we go a step further and say, how did this bank perform? What was their size of their asset base, and what is the size? How did they perform from a profitability perspective? And if it's insurance, do they even have the free cash flows to be able to fund, let's say, their claims? But now coming back to real estate as well, we also give you information on a daily basis on trending news around real estate, amongst other products, showing you exactly the reasons why you should continue to invest in real estate. And by the way, the first property and investment product I ever bought was actually a piece of land worth 40,000 shillings, courtesy of my mother because they trusted my mother. Today it's worth about 1.8 million shillings. 40,000 shillings. So what, if you go again onto the content, you will see one of the most sure way of guaranteeing appreciation of whatever investment that you make is real estate. It's also one of the strongest asset classes for capital protection, because one of the things that we are most afraid of is that my hard-earned money will disappear, will get lost. But if you're going after crypto, we also tell you, yes, you can get very quick returns in crypto, but these are the risks. For instance, this is what you can get from a stable coin if you invested 1 million. But as Daktari said, the surest way to protect your capital is, and preserve it, is through real estate and land, for that matter.
Nancy, where is this piece of land again, the 40,000?
It is in Muranga town.
Guy.
It is in Motown.
In Motown.
In Motown. It's now worth between 1.2 to 2 million shillings.
What?
Nimesikia hiyo na nime appreciate the fact that quote for those who are Christians the book of Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6, my people perish out of lack of knowledge or wisdom, right? But I'm assuring, if they don't have knowledge or wisdom, they will perish. But where's the surety when it comes to Optiven's project at the coastal region? When the intention is clear, Jeff and I, okay, not Jeff and I, maybe Jeff, ameamua anaenda kuinvest pale na atakuwa an owner pale Vipingo. The intention is clear. Ameset aside.
You did
back are the ones who are the noisiest. Optiven energy. Let's get a lot of energy in here tonight. Fantastic. So good to see this energy. Emmy, thank you so much. You are a real ambassador. We love you. We praise you. We wish you long life. And keep doing what you do. And keep doing what you do. I was up. My coffee by Okay, let's go with our program now. I'd like to ask my good friend, the man with more energy than anyone in this room. I don't know how he does it. I really don't know. Dr. George Washu, CEO of Optiven. Welcome you here. Daktari. Uko wapi? Oh yes. Oh my. Somebody say oh my.
Wow, good evening. Optiven high. Now we have very, very, very important guests in the house. We must sing for them our Optiven national anthem. For all of us here. All of us. Jeshi. Bio. Yeah, there's enough space here. Excellent. Optiven anthem. Okay, fantastic. Georgia. Where is the bet? Ah, the bet is here. Oh yes, the bet, you can lead the anthem so that we entertain our VVIPs. Yeah, some have come from the US. I have some have come from Europe, some from Nairobi. I have a friend from Malawi, flew you to this event, and you are here, our VVIPs. Tom Kibet, please take it up so that we use all our voices to entertain our guests, because these are our employers, these are the people who pay our salaries, these are the people who are the real Optiven.
Good evening. High five to your neighbor kindly. Asante. Allow us to be ourselves kindly. Optiven here. Optiven ha. Optiven here. Optiven ha. Mkono pale. Kwa kifua. Iye. Safari wanza kwa hatua, miaka zaidi ya 20 tukaanza hatua kwa pamoja, kutimiza ndoto za Wakenya, mchanga wetu kuboresha, jiwe kwa jiwe tunajenga, kwa kila hatua tabasamu ya kila Mkenya ikiwa nguzo yetu. Optiven ni yangu, Optiven ni yetu sote, Optiven ni mimi na wewe. Optiven ni yangu, Optiven ni yetu sote, Optiven ni mimi na wewe. Pamoja, we are inspiring possibilities with Optiven. We are inspiring possibilities together. We are inspiring possibilities with Optiven. With Optiven, pamoja. We are inspiring possibilities with Optiven. We are inspiring possibilities together. We are inspiring possibilities with Optiven. With Optiven. With Optiven. Pamoja, safari ya mafanikio inaendelea hatua kwa hatua. Optiven, inspiring possibilities. Optiven, inspiring possibilities. Optiven, inspiring possibilities. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Optiven team, that's the team representing many others that are not here. And allow me to take this golden opportunity to welcome you for this dinner. And the first time we thought about organizing a dinner for our high net worth customers, we said, these are the people that have been supporting us for the last 26 years.
So let's network. Oh, by the way, there's a special surprise tonight. Emmy Koskei is in the house. Emmy Koskei, Town Nalel is in the house. So you can get it. Wapi makofi at all that. Should be good, right? Should be coming here very shortly. We look forward to that. And yeah, have a great evening. So, chakula chema, bon appetit. Enjoy your dinner, folks. Oh, you need it? Oh, yes. How is it tested, Mushiri? Is it working? Is it
Oh
working?
yes, awesome.
Thank you. Question is, and you know, keep it short and sweet, huh? Like Sauti Soul, short and sweet. Tell us really quick about yourself and what you do, real quick.
Jeff, that's easy.
Mm.
I give people money. Yeah, so I do work with the Equity Bank where I'm the managing director. But in here, I think the big story, Jeff, is what we've been able to do jointly with Optiven over the last 26 years. Do you guys know how much money Daktari borrowed for the first time?
No.
2,500 shillings. 2,500. That was the first amount he borrowed from Equity Bank, Westlands branch. Today he borrows 2,500 to the power of N, where N is a large number. But it has been an amazing journey working with Optiven over the last number of years, where we've partnered, and the process we've built, and the large that has put us under pressure, was to innovate how do we streamline the land purchase. So we now work with a tripartite arrangement between the bank, Optiven, and our lawyers. So when you come in to purchase anything from Optiven through Equity, it's a very streamlined process because we've already pre-qualified the property. How we go through the transfer process is very neat, in that we have steps which we go through, and it's much more efficient, much more quick to transfer the property, but more so the certainty that you have that the bank is backing you is most important. Any finance that we take through the bank, we've done our own due diligence. Whatever Kibet was telling you, we've gone through that process independently as ourselves as a bank. So that has made us quite effective partners. We've gone with Equity across the world as we get to sell them. Jeff, let me keep it there for now.
Nice. I like that. Thank you. Makofi. Nice. Madam, real quick.
Thank you very much. So, as SeRENA Group, what we do is help startup organizations in financial technology, fintech, to be able to achieve 0 to 1 product success. That is being able to build a product and take it to market successfully, and be able to get your first customer and begin your journey to scaling specifically financial products. But what we do that is even more exciting is we outside tech advisory has everything to do with empowering individuals to make the right investment decisions. So we have a media center that focuses purely on economic and financial trending news. We also have an online learning platform, an edtech platform, and on it we have personal finance, ranging from information around real estate, crypto, everything you need to know about any investment product, including understanding the difference between risk products and investment products. Because insurance products are not necessarily investment products. They're designed to help you manage and protect your assets. So that's what we do. Thank you.
Washington, I'm going to jump you. It's like, you know I was going to jump you.
All right.
Go on.
Thank you, Jeff, and good evening.
Good evening.
NCBA, I think many of you will possibly know us as the home of asset finance. We keep saying internally that for every 3 to 4 cars that you see on the road, 3 of them out of 10 are financed by NCBA. As head of wealth management at NCBA, I think we recently have looked at wealth in a different way. We are now terming our wealth as an asset class game. So we'll talk to you about the usual fixed incomes, the usual diversification, but one asset class that has really grown internally. About 2-3 months ago, we were with Dr. in Australia, just trying to talk to our diaspora clientele about local investments. So one of the things that we've done very well, for purposes of context here, for those who are in diaspora, we do know this problem that you send money to your cousin and you come back home and find that there's virtually or practically nothing. And one of the solutions we do have is typically an easy build solution, where from financing the plot to making sure that the contractors on site, the architect certificates are done well, the final disbursement end to end, you only talk to one relationship manager at NCBA. Thank you.
Thank you. Gunzare, you're the business guy.
Arguably so.
Dr. Washiri is waiting.
And Dr. Washiri, why real estate? Because we have a lot of people, a lot of individuals with potential to invest in various economic sectors. But why would you gather all these individuals here to tell them, look, it's in property where maybe you can have your return on investment, where you can have your fund secured. Yet we have money markets, we have hospitality, we have transport and everything in between. Why real estate? And why at this particular moment, even as you introduce what Optiven is all about?
Why, thank you. Why real estate? They say that out of many assets,